How's it going, guys? Thanks for joining. Just going to have a little warm up. Haven't played yet today, so get going in a bit. That's annoying. Yeah. All started off so well. Hope everyone's doing alright. Quite a few of you on YouTube already. Appreciate it. See if we can get some clearances. Wow. It's gone straight over the hole in the cloth, nearly missed that. How's everyone doing? Right, one break, one clearance. Let's go. I'm probably going to do less talking in this practice than I have over the last couple of days because, well, yesterday I was terrible. And yeah, my target to get 10 clearances before I miss 10 balls. And to do some serious practice because I've got a tournament on Friday. Well, I've got a tournament all weekend. So, getting a new cloth. Watch this space. Probably more news on that within the next month. I've got the cloth, but yeah, we'll see. That's annoying. Fucking hell. Butchered the last shot. Right. I was in the zone there as well. Congrats on your win, mate. Can you get a good pull with an MDF table? I learnt on an MDF table, but that MDF table developed a warp in it, and I learnt how to play basically with a curve. It was like playing bowls. It was great. Why not roll the black in the middle? Because long distance shots like that, I'm much more confident playing them as stun shots with power versus stun run throughs with less power. Nice one, man. Well, there's 1-1. I'll write that up in a sec. Ugh, yuck. Hi guys on YouTube who have written hi. Going away has made me a better player. No. This may be a better American pool player than I was, but it's not, the skills aren't transferable. Something's up with my ferret, it's making a weird rattling noise. Thought I heard it when I played that red that I missed, but I definitely heard it then. Oh wow, what a shot. Right, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to zone in right now. I'm not really talking that much, which is normally the opposite. But I've got a tournament coming up on Friday, and I want to be as match ready as I can be, I guess. It might have done, but I missed it. One pool tip, practice as much as you can. That's literally the only tip you need. What you do in practice, obviously that takes some working out, but the foundation is practice. With any sport, any game, practice makes you a better player. What tip? Elkmaster Pro hard. 8.9mm. Why am I breaking with an American pool cue? I find I just get a better split with that particular cue. Currently it's 10.5mm shaft though, so it's quite a thin American pool cue. It's closer to an English pool cue than it is an American pool cue. And at the minute my cue ball with it, my cue ball is pretty good. The ball went in just then, but it was kicked in. I'm about to put the white straight in one of these two pockets, but I'm kind of aiming to get it in a window here, which I'm getting better at. Not saying I'm doing it every time, but I'm getting better at it. See what I mean? Straight back. I never used to be able to do that, but since playing American pool, I've kind of learned what you've got to do to be able to do that. It's another mess of a break. Oh, just give me a... Silly shots, missing everything at the minute. Started off so well. Again, if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer them when I'm not at the table. Yeah, so do I, mate. Sometimes it flows, sometimes it doesn't. But at the moment, I'm not getting the splits where it's like an easy clearance. Same happened yesterday. I need to then learn, if I'm in a match, if I'm not getting those splits, I need to learn to take put the safety on a little bit and don't try and clear up when there's not a clearance on. See what I mean? Like, there's a clearance out there somewhere, but it's not an easy one. Kind of forced into going yellows. There's no easy first written. Got that, but that's not easy. Gotta go for it though. Hit that red full ball, move it for the black. A bit greedy there. Jesus.
For fuck's sake, man.
I did come to Scotland. I did a vlog on it. It's on my YouTube channel. This is English pool. How long have you been playing pool? 35 years. But this game, I took roughly 8 weeks off, and this is my first week back at it, really. So the consistency is just not there with the cue ball at the minute. If anything, the break's the only thing that's going okay at the moment, so I'm just going to keep going with what I'm doing. But it's leaving me stuff like this is not an easy finish, whereas I need an easy finish to get my confidence up. Just not leaving myself easy finishes. What is that? There. Jesus. I'm terrible. Class. World class. Yeah, they're better. This is the best I've ever broken in this game. And it's all down to practicing breaking in 9-ball has helped me get more control on the cue ball in 8-ball. I mean, I'm waiting for the one break where the cue ball darts off to the right or left, but at the minute they're both, the cue ball is going in a straight line back, and I'm getting a ball normally in this middle or somewhere, you know? But it's practice again. I've only really been doing this break now for 5 days. So yeah, first one I lost it. Still not terrible. Would you ever go pro? Not good enough, as you can tell. fucking pocket. Oh. That's annoying. Need to move this yellow now. Leave myself on this. Oh, yeah. Just. So lucky. Okay. Here's best and safest. Centre ball break's definitely not the safest break for 8 ball. The cut break is 100% the safest break, but the centre ball break gets the best split, typically, unless you're really, really good at the cut break. There are some people out there who have, their cut break is better than any front ball break, or as effective as any front ball break, and their cue ball is safe, so, yeah. Like I'll do a cut break right now. My cut break's normally really bad. I haven't hit one in a while. I was only playing cut breaks in American 8 ball, but I'm aiming for this red with slightly below centre, or maybe even plain ball, just centre ball. That red, cue ball then hopefully goes here and back into the pack, so you get like a double impact on the pack. The problem that I get with the cut break is often loads of the balls end up in this quarter of the table. So sometimes they go everywhere, 50% of the time they'll end up in that quarter, with the cue ball potentially going off the table. So you can just see there's just loads more congestion. No balls went in this half of the table apart from the black. It's just not a good break. And the reason why it's not as good for me is because I can't put as much power as I'd like, because otherwise that cue ball goes off the table when I hit it. Do you lose concentration talking to the chat? Yes, I would say so. I would say I would play much better if I wasn't on camera right now, but it's fine. I don't care that much about it. As long as I'm playing pool, that's all that matters to me. Right, we're going 2, and I think it's 6 or 7 missed breaks. We'll call it 6, just to give me a little bit of hope I can get to 10. All right, now let's go back to this centre ball break. And again, I'm trying to aim the cue ball anywhere between here and here, hopefully. Finding that red going in the middle a lot more. Did you just see how much more spread out this layout is now compared to the cut break I did? That's the difference. Still not an easy finish, just first ball is the issue. If I can get the first and second ball, it should be a fairly straightforward finish. That red doesn't go past there, so I'm kind of forced into yellows here. First ball, second ball, probably third ball, fourth ball, figure out these 3 black. It's the second ball which is the tough shot. I might play that one second, third if I can make this ball. Got a choice. That one or that one, but I want to get rid of this one because otherwise this ball's not going to have a pocket to go in. So I want to get rid of that one early. Actually, you've got to play this one first, then this one. So that ball gets me to there. That ball, where does that get me? If I can land on it to be able to get through that gap will be perfect because I can play that ball. So if I can play this ball to there, that ball, bottom right hand side, go through this gap. If I can land there, I've got that ball, that ball, that ball, and then black goes in the corner, I think. Yeah. So I know that that's my last ball from that ball, hopefully. All depends on the angle I leave from this next shot. I think I can work with that. Don't know if I can get close to this, but I think I should be able to get through the gap. That's so shit. How are you hitting that red? Fucking hell. Ugh. Did snatch at that a little bit. Didn't hit it clean at all. So fucking bad. Yeah, do it, Paul. Well, not if you're playing this game, I wouldn't. The cue ball a little bit there. Reds it is. Yeah, I've got a snooker set for this table, but I don't really play it. Right, so my pattern, hopefully, do I play that last? Not ideal, but my hoping I can get that one, that one, that one, and then I'll have a choice of this one or this one. I'll probably play this one to this one, and the key shot is getting from that ball to that ball, which gets me there for the black. Shot. I should really change the pattern. I should go this one. I should play this one to there, that one, or even that one, but probably that one, for that one, for that one, for that one, for the black. But I'm not going to, because I've already called it. It just makes this shot very difficult. Which is always going to be the only thing that could have gone wrong. Stun back up. Or not. I wouldn't say put any side on the break, if that's what you mean. If you're playing centre ball break, the best thing you can do is hit centre ball. That's my understanding of it. If you put any side on the cue ball, you're going to get the cue ball going off to the side. Plus, with my cue, you're going to get much more deflection the more side you put on, and therefore you're not going to hit the middle of that front ball, you're going to hit the side of it, and it's going to cause the ball to go off to the side. I think I'm on 3 and 7. Let's keep it going. First dry break I've had tonight, I think. Interesting. This cloth has been a year, but it needed to be done 6 months ago. I just haven't come around to it. Right, we'll try a miracle clearance here, but it's probably not going to get there. Yeah, sooner that rack was over, the better. Any other questions? Again, feel free to ask. No, I don't re-cloth it myself. Red and yellow. That bloody red and yellow. Neither are easy. Straight. I'm going to try and cross double into that. Or not. Jesus. Right, I'm going to try and cross treble into it, break into that. Ugh. Too thin. Well, I posted a vlog yesterday. The next one, I'm yet to start editing it because I've been busy. So I'm going to give you a target of the end of this week. But it takes me hours to edit a video. It takes me hours to edit the vlogs. And it's hard enough when you've got loads of short form content going out and you're editing that. It's basically, I'm just a full-time editor who plays a bit of pool on the side at the minute. Shame, really. Best player you've beat? Good question. Cole Morris. In a race to 11, I beat him 11-8 for charity. Right, we're going reds. Painful. Painfully bad. Alright, what's next? What do you guys want to see? I'm kind of getting a bit tired of messing up in the middle of a frame. Although I really want to do a serious practice, can't be bothered. So anyone got any requests? Line drill? Do the line drill. I'll do the line drill now, yeah, let's do it. Just breaks it up, doesn't it? I want to play matches, but I keep forgetting to message people to see if they're available for a match. And then messaging them too late. The only way to get better for tournaments is by practicing matches, really. So all the reds in that order, all the yellows in that order, finished by the black. Let's see how it goes, man. Thank you for tuning in. Went in. Believe me, it went in. No, it's 7 foot by 4 foot. Any other drills or any other challenges you want to see? Can you put a ball on the edge of each pocket and see how many shots to get them all with the white at the start? Normally it takes me 3. And this table was too slow to even get anywhere near 2. Like, the cloth is over a year old. 6 red challenge, could do in a bit. I'll tell you what I'll do. Just try and get clearance, any order, no middle pockets, apart from on the break. No middles. Alright, corners only. Let's go. I'm good, thanks mate, how are you? What are you doing, you knob? Play one pocket. I played one pocket when I was out in Thailand, and that's actually a really fun game. But yeah, one pocket on your own, doesn't make any sense, does it? Not sure. I literally played one game in it, and I actually beat a guy who was a one pocket player. So it was fun. In fact, I might have that on a vlog. I don't actually know. Any advice? I find patterns easy to spot on screen, but when playing, just can't seem to get them. So, hands up if you're, well, put your thumb up, put a thumbs up in the chat if you're someone who struggles with pattern play, and I'll go through how I learned how to play patterns and how you can learn how to play patterns. If I get like 20 thumbs up, then I'll do it, but if it's just like 1 or 2 of you, then other people might not want to do that. Pattern play is basically seeing an order of balls from start to finish. Alright, so ignore this. Well, obviously, for anyone who doesn't know what pattern play is, I'll demonstrate what pattern play is, hopefully with this rack, and how you kind of map out a clearance. So every player kind of, I consider myself high amateur. I'm not pro standard. So high amateur to pro to top pro or whatever, they'll have a way of kind of mapping out the table, what order they're going to, it's kind of like chess. You'd say, right, this ball, then this ball, or whatever. Some players do it where you think 1 or 2 shots ahead. Some players think 3, 4. Nobody really thinks 7 shots ahead. I just do it for entertainment purposes. But the key with patterns is basically to give yourself as little problems as possible and make the game as easy as possible. So first of all, you pick a colour set that you're going to go for. In this situation, you're most likely going to go for yellows. The reasons why you wouldn't go for reds is, saying that, the black is bad for yellows. That's the one reason why you wouldn't want to go yellows. Reasons why you wouldn't want to go reds. This kind of area of 3 isn't ideal, but it's doable. It's the first ball on reds is the worst thing. Alright, so just for the sake of this video, say I start here, right? The ball landed there. I'm definitely going to go reds now, because the black, if I go yellows, is bad. So therefore I've thought 7 shots ahead from yellows, regardless of what pattern I create, that ball will have to be doubled in there, or that red will have to be moved, which neither are super easy. So like I said, you're probably going to go reds here for that reason. Other players probably screaming at the screen going, go yellows anyway and move the black. But yeah, from there, my trail of thought is, which ball gets me onto the black? I really don't like reds. There's no obvious pattern with them. I prefer yellows. Alright, so this is my first ball. I'm going to try and get out to around here and then leave myself a choice of those 2. I don't have a pattern yet. I'm on that one, so whatever. Alright, now then. That one gets me on this one, which gets me up here for these 4. But they're not mega easy. This one blocked by that one. They're just awkward. No, there is a pattern. So this is my last ball. I know that already. So I have kind of a 2. I would call this I don't know anyone else who does this. I do it. I'd call this a 2, 4, 1 being the black pattern. So one ball there to leave me here. This ball moves me up table to join the other 4, right? So I go this one to here, that one. Backspin gets me into this space. And then I can ideally play one of this one or this one. But say I played this one, that will get me here. This is already a terrible pattern. You can tell I haven't done this in so long. All right, ignore that. I'm going to go here. I'm going to play that one. Should have gone yellows. That one to there. That one goes to the corner to there. That goes there. And this is the only ball that I think is right in terms of leaving me an easy black, right? That makes sense to go for that last. Yeah, ignore my pattern play at the minute. It's awful. But we'll try it. I can't even get onto this. I'm going to have to get onto that. Or I can. Didn't think I could get the grip. Alright, so I'm trying to land here, basically. Shite. Still on the red, but it's awful. And now the pattern's messed up. Let's say I did land there. Then it would have been a fairly straightforward-ish pattern between those 3 balls. Right? So you can see the logic there. I'm just so far out of the game and so long out of the game that I just don't see patterns as easy now. And I've always come up with weird patterns in my head. But anyway, that's just patterns in a nutshell. So the way that you get better at patterns is by starting off with an easy situation like this. Right, so you've got your reds, you've just come to the table. In your head, you should be thinking there's an obvious route to get these 3 balls. Like, just write down which one you would go for first, right? Say that's ball number 1 and that's ball number 2. Which one are you going to pop first, 1 or 2? Are you going to go from 1 to 2, then the black? Or are you going to go from 2 to 1, then the black? This is like super beginner level. So if you struggle with patterns, practice this, because the more you progress with it, the easier it will become. So yeah, you're always going to play 1 and then 2. The reason why is because 2's a difficult shot. Yes, you probably could land back up here from it for that, but you just wouldn't want to play a difficult shot versus an easy shot which gets you there, right? So it's just much more sense to go 1 then 2. So we go 1, leave the red to the corner, and then 2, move the cue ball to here and leave the black for the middle, hopefully. God, shite. Right, anyway, that was, so 2 reds and the black, a pattern successfully done. Okay, next, you're going to get 3 reds and the black. I'm going to go like that. All right, now, that's how the balls have landed, right? So your opponents just missed on yellows, they just missed the black. You're now at the table, right? This is ball 1, this is ball 2, this is ball 3. What order are you going? Are you going 1, 2, 3? Are you going 2, 3, 1? Are you going 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1, or 3, 1, 2? What's your order? So remember, the thing with this game, which separates it from American pool, if you're an American pool player, I've found playing both. The principle with American pool is moving the cue ball around the table isn't too much of an issue because there's a lot of space. Whereas English pool, you want to keep that cue ball moving less than kind of 6 inches each shot, because otherwise you lose control, you start snookering yourself, and yeah, it's about keeping the cue ball tight, which is why if you watch my videos playing American pool, I play loads of shots with backspin trying to kill the speed of the cue ball, whereas American pool players will play with topspin and they get that cue ball running around 3 or 4 cushions and just do some crazy stuff. So yeah. Yeah, you would probably go 2-3-1 here. The reason why you wouldn't go 3-2-1, if you play this one, the cue ball is running down here. This is quite a sharp angle, this shot. So the cue ball's going there. It might come back up, land here for this one to here, but it's just no control. And the cue ball is moving, right? Whereas if you play that one first and screw back 3 inches, 3 to 6 inches, whatever, you've got this one second, 2, 3, and then you just need to topspin forward 6 inches, 4, and then you leave the cue ball nowhere apart from where the red is, and you've got an easy black. This is always going to be your last ball. So let's try it. Miss this shot, no doubt. So you can see the cue ball was barely moved. And again, I think this is where a lot of beginner players get a bit stuck, is that they move their cue ball around way too much. So let's do that again, right? And I'll do 3-2-1, like loads of people were saying do 3-2-1. We're all in agreement that one was last, because obviously it leads to the black, which is good habit to get into, figure out which ball's going to get onto the black. But this was roughly what it was. Like that. Maybe there. That was roughly what it was, right? Just watch the cue ball. I couldn't do anything else other than that. And now I'm having to play that. Or say I'd even missed that. But it's just risky, like I messed up. It's risky, now I'm leaving myself. Difficult shot, I messed up. Right, so let's go again, that was a bad example. So, again, if you're still with me, apologies, I'm waffling on, I know people don't want to hear me talk, but people have asked to learn pattern play. Once you've, say, done that 5 times, where you've done 3 reds and the black, you would then go here, and you've got 4 reds, the black. This is the number, we're going to give the balls numbers. Right, so you've got 1, just in a square. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your order? Couple of ways you could do this. One, 3, 2, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2. There's loads of people writing on both, so I can't keep track. Just remember what you wrote, and then I'll show you. Really, there's 2 options. So the 2 options are see, a lot of people saying play 1 first. I personally wouldn't play 1 first. I'd play 2 first. I think there's a lot more natural movement of the cue ball versus playing spin. What you want to try and avoid when you're creating patterns and playing around the table is there's 2 types of shot. There's natural shots and there's execution shots. So a natural shot is just the cue ball moving in plain ball, right? You're not putting any spin on it. And you're just moving around the table, not having to spin it to change direction or whatnot. All the pros will tell you hitting plain ball is like the key to pool, right? If you were to go this one first, a lot of your shots are going to be plain ball. Whereas if you go this one, a lot of your shots are going to be execution shots. So you go this one there, say you land on this one, you've got to play an execution shot there to say screw back to here to play this one, which gets you here to play this one, which gets you here to play the black, right? You could do that. However, plain ball, you play this one first, come off this cushion, land here, you're on this one to the middle, land here, you just play a stop shot, or screw back a few inches, black goes in the middle. So you're probably going to do that. The only thing that could really go wrong with this is if you over or under hit it and don't land dead straight on that. So under hit, which means the pattern is now harder. So I'm going to play an execution shot to recover this. I'm trying to screw into the cushion and back to leave myself straight. If I play this plain ball, I'm moving in this direction and I'm not on this ball, which was my original pattern. I could leave myself that, but I'm not going to. So we'll just come off the cushion and back to roughly where this red is. And then you miss that and look like a twat. Right, so anyway, you get the idea. Let's go again. Until you make that 5 times, don't move on to the next level. I'm just throwing random balls out here, by the way. Okay, what's your pattern? Let's give the balls numbers. So we'll start from this one and we'll go around in this shape. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's your order? This is not an easy one. This is one that you're probably not going to have an exact pattern if you were in a match. And very rarely would you come to the table with 5 balls in the black and think, I know the exact order. You're more than likely just going to play for areas, land in those areas, pick your last ball, and then go from there. Which one did I say was first? What did I say was the first ball? Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Is that what I said? No, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Is that 5? Is that 5? Is this 5, just so I know? Someone say yes, no? Closest? Yeah, perfect. All right. So, again, remember your order. The only thing that I know at the moment is that that is my last ball. Based on leaving the cue ball where that is, will be easy to then play the black. Ideally, that could change if I don't land perfect on one of these. I might have to play that if I overrun and then come back for the black, but that's ideally my last ball. So, now you're going to go, right, so that was 1, right? You're going to go, most likely, again, playing plain ball, you're going to go, there's so many ways you can do this. Right, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just seeing that as the easiest ball to get me onto that. That's something I've figured out, right? But, so the order for me is going to go, so that was 1, that was 5. The order is going to go 3, 4, 5, 2, 1. I think. Again, it might change if I overhit or underhit. It hasn't changed, just the pocket has changed. So I'm just going to run to there to have this ball into here next. That's a bad shot. That's a really poor shot, and I'd be changing my pattern now if I had to. All because I'm not there and I've overrun, the pattern has to change. So instead, I'm going to play my ball, which I thought was last. Now I'm going up. This is the beauty of the game. You can, as long as you don't get flustered, you can change your patterns, no problem. 2 to there, and that ball is what gets me down onto this cushion again for the black. So that's my last ball. Just smash the gaff up. I'd probably play a double here just for a laugh, but nah. Alright, so the pattern wasn't perfect, but again, as long as you get the black, doesn't matter. That's again another thing that a beginner will do, I find, is get really flustered when they mess up position on one ball and realise that you're not playing for one ball most of the time, you're playing for areas. And as long as you get the clearance, it doesn't matter. All right. So I've just thrown them out randomly. Oh, fucking hell. Let me give you something to think about. Hang on. Okay, what's your pattern? So we've got kind of 3 balls here, 3 balls here. Let's number them moving up table. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's your order? Again, you never do this in a match. You bear in mind you've got 1 problem ball. In a match, you would probably play a safety if you were smart and not me. But just for the sake of creating a pattern and you guys figuring out how to kind of join dots, that's why we're doing this. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so the thing that I'm figuring out is where is that ball going? Because it doesn't go in there. It also doesn't go in there. So where does it go? And looking at that ball, I know that that's a good ball to be able to get me onto this to the middle. It goes in that middle. So what is close to this piece of chalk? That ball, I'm going to use that to get on that. So I know that those are probably my last 2 because then that connects to there. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know that the order is going to finish 6, 5, and from there it's just working backwards, right? So this is my first ball because this one doesn't go in this middle. I go 2, 1, 3, 4 connects quite nicely to 6, which then connects, as I said, to 5, which then gets you there. So you would go 2, 1, 3, 4, 6, 5. In my head I would anyway, but again there's 10 ways you could do it. You just want the one that moves the cue ball the least. Okay, so if you're still with me and you're still trying to figure out patterns, you would do that 5 times with 6 reds and the black, and then go from there. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys to figure out 7 balls. If you're in a match, very rarely you're going to try and find 7 shots ahead. It's just a good way to practice, because then you can, if you can see large patterns, then you can start to see small patterns much easier. It's just being able to read the game. All right, this one is a perfect example. If my opponent's just missed the black and I'm coming to the table, I'm not thinking all 7 shots ahead. I'm just thinking areas. So I know that I've got 2 that connect here. This one connects nicely with this one, or that connects to that, which connects to the black. So that's most likely my last ball because it's the closest to the black, but it doesn't have to be. And I wouldn't be like, oh my God, that has to be the last ball, because otherwise I then put pressure on to not miss. So just playing stop shots, I would go, so if we give them numbers, it's no obvious route to do this, but all right, we'll do it moving from that ball over to that ball. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What order would you do? Whew. Yeah, it was good, thanks, Liam. Didn't win in your matches, but it was good fun. Start with the middle pockets. I wouldn't necessarily say that's true in this situation, because if you do, you're taking away the easy balls from the table. Really, you want to focus on the 2 difficult shots, which are these ones, this one and this one. How do you get these 2 balls and make them super easy? Right, so the order that I would go, again, would never think this far ahead in a match, but the order I would go is something like 1, 2, leave a small angle on this ball, 3, gets me over to there, although I could go from this ball to this ball, so I'd leave that choice, play that, come out here for that if I haven't played it, leave the middle, which then leaves me here for the middle, which leaves me there for the corner, which leaves me there for the black. So again, that could change, but we'll see. Yeah, just want to move the cue ball as little as possible. Bad shot. Not bad, actually. Cool. Got there. Alright, so again, if you're still with me and you're still trying to learn patterns, once you can do 7 reds in the black, you're pretty much there. You can do that 5 times in a row, then you move on to the next level, which is 7 reds, the black, and 1 yellow. You can see where I'm going with this. When you throw the yellow out there, you just create a bit of a problem. So I'm going to do this one random, pretty random this one. So the yellow just creates an area where the white can't, well, there's a risk the white would snooker, like if I land there I can't see either of those. The red just creates, the yellow just creates a bit of a problem. So I'm now not thinking 7 shots ahead, I'm thinking 100%, I'm thinking areas. So good areas to be in. This area is the perfect area to see every single ball apart from that one. See a shot on every ball. So I want to get there quick. So I'm going to play this ball with top left, try and get through that gap. If I can land there, that'd be perfect because I can play that. And that ball's probably what gets me into this area to give myself a choice. Not quite hard enough, just the speed of the cloth, still catching me out, but it's not a problem. I'm on a bad angle on this, so I probably will play my worst ball, which is this ball, and that connects nicely to this ball, and then I can play these 4 and then figure out the black. So I don't know a pattern yet. So I just want to leave myself in a good spot for that ball. Oh wow, not a great spot, but it can get me in my area that I was talking about earlier, which will leave me choice. Play this plain ball pretty much, land here, I've got a shot on all 3. I'm on every single ball. So now I can kind of relax and pick a route between these 3. You wouldn't go this one first, you'd probably go this one, stun over for this one, play that middle, play black. something like that. So yeah, there wasn't like a route there, but I was aiming for areas, and that's more realistic. Again, try not to get caught up in the, right, this has to go first, second, third, fourth. It's all about leaving it in areas, because then you just take pressure off yourself. Then you do 2 yellows and the reds. I might as well finish this because I've been going for a while now. 2 yellows, 7 reds, see how it goes. God, I use my catchphrase. Didn't even know this. Okay, so we've got 7 reds here. Alright, so not an easy finish, but I've got a shot on that red first, and I kind of want to get rid of that. These are the worst 2 reds, but they do go in this middle, and they go, one of them, in fact both of them go in that corner once that red's gone, so I'm going to try and land for them next. And the speed of the cloth, I was meant to be there, it's just catching me out. But not a problem, I've got backups, I've got 1, 2, 3. This is the issue though, if you start losing position like I am, that's when you're going to start to leave yourself out of the ideal area. So the ideal area for me was there, and I just massively underhit that, because then I can play that and I can just keep the cue ball tight. Still got shots, but it just leads to more errors. Alright, so we'll play. Alright, I'm going to play this one, go around the back of the yellow and land roughly there for one of these 2 into this middle. And now again, I kind of want to leave myself a choice, if I can, of a couple of balls. If I land there, I'm on that one to the corner. But I've also got myself a choice, so I'm too close to the cushion for this one. Although I could play it, I'm on this one also, and I'm probably going to play that. And again, with this, I'm going to put it in an area where I leave myself a choice of at least 2 balls. Right, so I'm on that ball, I'm on that ball. I think this one's better because I can leave myself over here for this one to the middle, so I can just play this plain ball. Don't have to play an execution shot. And then from there, look, I've even left myself a choice. That one or that one. And when you've got choices like this, yes, it does lead to overthinking, but at the same time, it just takes a bit of pressure off, I find. But I'm going to go for this one to here, and then that one goes in there. That was a bad shot. Not to worry. And then you go 3 red, yellows, 4 yellows, etc., etc. Until you get to the final scenario, which is 7 reds, 7 yellows. And if you can start creating patterns in that situation, then obviously you're on to a winner. So let's go for a break. Well, not a break as in a timeout. Let's hit the break and let's see if I can create some sort of pattern. Probably again, 95% of the time it's not going to be 7 ball patterns. But we'll see if we can just come up with like logic behind why I'm going for what I'm going for. Okay, so it doesn't help that nothing went down, so my opponent now comes to the table, but whatever. Alright, so the first thing you've got to do, you've just come to the table, your opponent's missed, you've got to pick a colour that you're going to go for, which you think you'll be able to clear up on. Now you're likely not going to go, I'm looking for problem balls, so the reds, that's a bad ball, that one's not great, but it's fine. That's the worst ball on the table for both colours because it doesn't have a pocket, it doesn't go in there, it's going to have to be moved. You could potentially move it, but I think where the yellows kind of dominate the middle of the table, that one connects to that one, which connects to that one. The black is the worst thing about yellows. Where the black is would tell you one of these three are probably your last ball, because then you just play the black into there. So I don't have an order yet. My first objective is to move that red, hopefully. Play this and reduce the problem, leave myself hopefully that to the corner. Or not. Put myself in a position where I can't make a clearance. Fantastic start to the frame. And now, you've got to try and pull a rabbit out your arse. This is where you don't want to be, is in a position where you're trying to rely on your potting. And now my opponent will win the game 10 times out of 10 because I got complacent with my first shot, right? If they're any good. So now I've come to the table because my opponent, me, just messed up. Reds look great now because, well, what was the problem? The problem's now not there. So let's figure out the order. Same situation with the black. You'd ideally play it in this middle. Does that mean this ball's last? Probably not. I'd want to get rid of that early. Could always play black up to that corner, to be fair, from one of these two. But my order, I want to get on this early. So I'm going to play that to there, play that, get into this space to play that. And that ball connects nicely to this. So I only know those four so far, and then we'll figure out the rest. Could get a little bit cute here. I definitely will for the sake of this video. But I'm going to try and play the red to hit there and just move the black to there. If I put the black there, it becomes easier to the middle versus having to play it either down there or play it in there. But I need to hit the back of the black, not the front. Like that. Like I said, I need to hit the back of the black, not the front. Very fortunate. Still got this ball though. And I've still got the one that was connecting to it. But the finish is now quite difficult for reds. It's not super difficult, it's just could go wrong. I've now got to land in exact areas like this for that ball. Now I've got to land from that ball on that ball, which then lands me on this ball to here. Alright, so it's not as easy as it looks. If you do that, then start again. Go for another break. See if you can be a little bit less complacent like I was. Though you don't want to really listen to my thought process, mate. I think the ideas of playing plain ball on as many shots as you can, landing in areas, picking the ball that has the least amount of problems. Like, they're all general kind of rules of thumb, but the way that I go about patterns is not the same as, say, someone like Tom Cousins, who will come up with like the best patterns you could come up with. Just because I'm not as good as him, really. But it is what it is. First foul break today, that's annoying. Alright, so you've just come to the table with ball in hand, one shot because we're playing international rules. What colour are you going, reds or yellows? Remember the principles we were talking about when it comes to pattern play. Alright, so you're going to go reds. Look at the problem balls. That's the worst ball on the table. So you're going to go reds. Also, the reds dominate the middle of the table. They're all away from cushions, apart from one bad one. But that bad ball, as long as you land there, you can still pot it, whereas that one you have to play as a double, which I don't like as much. So you would start here, move your way up, stick the cue ball in this area and keep it there, and you should have an easy black to the middle. That's all I know so far. I could try and figure out my first 2 or 3 shots. Let me figure out how I'm going to get that red out and which ball's going to go after that red. That's kind of a key. I can use these yellows. Okay, I've got a 7-ball order in my head. You wouldn't do this, but I've got one in my head just for the sake of it. I can use these yellows as a way of holding the cue ball for this red, right, to that middle. So what I want to try and do it's just going to be difficult to land in that spot. Okay, so here's my order for reds. 1, have to get perfect on this red to have this shot. It's probably not going to go right. Kind of got to do it though. Actually, well, let me think. Give me 1 sec. Okay. 1 to the middle. Screw back to here. Leave that ball. This is the key shot. If I can get there, I should be out. I'm going to go for this one. This one. That one. That red. And I need to use these yellows to hold the cue ball there for that red to the middle, which then leaves me the black to the middle. It's all about getting from ball 2 to ball 3. If I can do that, should be easy. Need to get there. We'll pretend. The cloth's dead, what can I say? Didn't use the yellows. It's not the end of the world, I think. No, that's the end of the world. Shit. Shite. Touch and ball. Sorry like that. So, yeah. Oh, my head kind of hurts from doing all this pattern stuff. Right. Any other requests? I'm just going to try and break and clear. Probably be my last one. How long have I been live? Hour and a half, that'll do. Tips on rail shots. Practice them. And don't watch me do them. Or play American pool. I've been playing 35 years now. What I do to work on cue ball control is not what anyone else would do. And that's create content online and fuck about on live streams. Gross. What a gross break. Alright, let's see if we can leave some kind of a miracle plant over there. Bedtime. that is me done though, I think. I'm going to go chill for a bit, I think. One of these days I'll play a match against someone. I just keep forgetting to ask people. My eyes are still burning. Thoughts on Mick Hill? Arguably the best player of all time between him and Tom Cousins, really. Ugh, terrible. Even worse. All right. Let's go to bed. Have you got a V10 blue and green to show the contrast to the cloth? Give me 2 seconds. That's your contrast. Who asked that? Was that on YouTube? That's the difference between the two colours. Don't know if it shows up too well. No, YouTube didn't ask, TikTok asked. That's the contrast. Leave them like that. The blue is very vibrant, it's very bright. The green is quite chilled. I personally use the green at the minute, but they're both the same. I think psychologically in my head, I'm just used to seeing green. I don't know. Are the Rasson tables better than Supremes? Yes. In my opinion, they are. But I think there's a couple of tweaks on each table that would make them even better. But yeah, in my opinion, the new Rasson Apollo is better than the Supreme one. Ooh. Any other last second questions? Are you lot selling any pool tables? No. But the link to my table is in my bio. Oh shit, sorry. I've just, to be fair, I've just remembered that we actually organised a match, or we're going to, won't we? We'll definitely go. Mate, it's mental. Well, I'm in Bolton this weekend. Are you in Bolton this weekend, actually? Yeah, I'll be at the Challenger Series this weekend, if anyone's about. Is anyone going to be in Bolton this weekend? Thanks, mate. Enjoyed the stream. Cheers, Joshua. Appreciate that. What Q? It is a 21-year-old Phoenix Q-Craft, or Q-Craft Phoenix, snooker Q. So, are you taking part? Yeah, I'll be in the Challenge Series, Tier 2, which I was terrible in last year, so I don't have much hope for it this year. Troddy, how we doing, mate? Good to see you. Cheers, Josh. You still travelling the world doing pool? Yeah, watch this space. Got a lot of plans for next year. If I put right spin on the cue ball, do I aim to the right of the yellow, red, or the left? If you've got right hand side on the cue ball, you aim slightly left of the yellow and it will throw the yellow to the left. I got a Q-Craft Q. Nice. Yeah, I've had it since I was 18 and I'm now really old. Alright, guys, on... Bro, replies to my DMs. Send me another one, man. There's going to be so many in a fucking backlog. I've had hundreds of people be like, come to my country. I get the odd people being like, can we play a race to 1 in Middlesbrough? Like, yeah, sure, mate. Yeah, I'll come up from Southampton to Middlesbrough. Alright. Guys in TikTok, guys on TikTok, thanks so much. Cheers, appreciate that, bud. Alright, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Guys on YouTube, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my vlog if you haven't already. It's on YouTube now. 45-minute episode of me playing the best player in Vietnam. Go onto my YouTube channel, hit that sub button, and then watch my